Ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. What's good? Silverbard back again. So here's the story. I'm trying to knock out all those basic entry-level video topics on Japan before I start having to come up with proper ideas. So this week's topic is 5 things, for better or for worse, I was surprised about in Japan. Now, I tried to think of a good balance of not all bad or negatives and not all positives. Additionally, for this first part, none of the surprises will be related to Japanese people or Japanese society deeply. More general, shallow things that make Japan different from my America. Starting off on a high note, the first surprise about Japan is about convenience stores. Now, anyone who's lived or even visited Japan is well aware of this, but for those of you that haven't, Japanese convenience stores are, well, convenient. I may have gone from a suburban part of New York to the middle of a major city here, but even then, the image I always had of convenience stores, especially 7-Eleven, is of a place to buy snacks, lottery tickets, get an icy, Slurpee, whatever. Where I'm from, we don't even call it a convenience store. We call it a jip joint. Because most snacks are overpriced and most food sold is wholly unhealthy. But here, not only are konbinis, convenience store in Japanese, not only are they prolific, you can do a wide range of tasks there. You can print documents, buy bus or train tickets, get mail delivered to it, even pay your bills there. In my previous apartment, I would go every month to a nearby convenience store, didn't even matter which chain, with my internet bill and pay it directly there. Most also have free Wi-Fi and sell toiletries, underwear, phone chargers, and a bottle of some kind of pre-gaming drink that helps protect your liver before you drink. And I drink. Convenience stores like 7-Eleven, Lawson's, and Family Mart, the big 3 at least around here, definitely live up to their name of convenience. Fun fact, did you know 7-Eleven is actually a Japanese company? Also, in my opinion, Lawson's has the best chicken, Family Mart has the best snacks and desserts, and 7-Eleven is a good balanced middle. You can't really go wrong there. But talking about convenience stores brings me to what I use them for the most in Japan. As trash cans. Why? There's a surprisingly low amount of public trash cans here. I'm used to garbage cans on every block in an American city, but here it's not the case. Public trash cans, and in the same vein, public restrooms, are a lot rarer than I expected. I've been in subway stations in Osaka that lack a trash bin completely. I've memorized which convenience stores between the bars and my house have restrooms to use in the case I need to make a quick trip. And it's so awkward going into a convenience store, hearing a worker go, "Irashaimase," only for me to toss away a tissue or take a leak and not buy anything. Now, I've heard before that Japan purposefully does this in order to keep the streets clean, and I guess it works, kinda. See, while trash cans are uncommon, recycling bins aren't. Well, you can usually find a bin for empty bottles or cans next to a vending machine. Problem is, in areas of very high traffic, Hakato or tension in my case here, the bins are overloaded, and not always with recycling. It feels strange having to carry a used tissue or empty wrapper in my pocket until I get home. Speaking of wrapping, Japan is very much a gift wrapping society. I still remember the look on my coworker's face when, after giving me a souvenir from her travels, I immediately tore into the wrapping paper like a Christmas present. It's not something I'll use again, so why worry? Apparently, it's better to open it carefully without ripping the wrapping paper. Boring. But I actually say all of this to introduce my next surprise. Japan uses a fuck ton of plastic and paper in its presentation. Going back to that souvenir. A typical Japanese foodstuff souvenir will have individually packaged snacks for you to share with family, friends, or coworkers. Okay. Those packages will then be placed inside a box. There will also be a drying agent in the box so they don't spoil. Yeah, fine. And there's the plastic frame to support or prop them up so they look good when you open the box. And then the entire box is wrapped in paper. We also get bubble wrapping around it to protect it. Optional, but fine. And then all of it inside of a plastic bag. How many layers is that? I lost track. All of that for a few crackers. It's very much about presentation over substance, which is fine in some cases. But that presentation is creating a lot of unnecessary waste. Finally, Japan is starting to move towards being waste conscious with making plastic bags cost money to encourage canvas bags and stuff. But I think they still have a long ways to go. Back to good points. Public transportation. I love the train system here in Japan. So Japan is about the size of California, but therein lies my point. In California, you need a car to get anywhere. But in Japan, I can cover all major cities from here to Tokyo on the Shinkansen bullet train. And that's just one part of the network. The subway here in Fukuoka is on time, clean, and safe. For me, as a male. Gotta remember my privilege there. There are trains that branch out from the main lines, and basically anything not covered by trains or by subway, it's covered by buses. I've heard tales of people going from Tokyo all the way here just on the local trains. Of course, it took them 2 days, but just the fact that's possible was incredible to me. Coming from America, a car is necessary for anyone not living in the heart of a major city. Contrarily, save for a few out there places, there is always some route to take via public transportation. I'm really spoiled on that. It's made me very slow on learning how to drive here because I've yet to see the need for it. In a good year, maybe not this year, hopefully by summer of this year, but we'll see. I really want to take advantage of the trains and see some of the prefectures I haven't been to yet. Well, hopefully that'll happen. Which will come first? The vaccination of Japan or me learning how to drive in Japan? Alright, last surprise I'll talk about. It's the thing I'm currently suffering from, actually. Most Japanese homes have no insulation. Nothing. My windows face southeastward, so I get a fair amount of sunlight in the morning. Despite that, every winter morning is a cold one. If I didn't sleep with the heat on, I immediately have to put it on before it's warm enough for me to get out of the bed. And this is Fukuoka. Imagine a place like Hokkaido, or even Tokyo. Kyushu is the most southern part of Japan, barring the Ryukyu Islands. Winters here are mild, but I swear I'm back in New York some nights with how cold it feels. Not how cold it gets, how cold it feels. And of course, the problem is reversed in the summer, where it's too damn hot and I need a fan on me 24/7. And I sweat very easily. No one has ever been able to give me an adequate reason why Japanese houses and apartments are like that. And I haven't found an answer, and I really don't have any guesses why they would not put proper insulation inside the Japanese housing walls. Well, I guess if anyone listening does know the reason why the wind blows through a wall in Japan, leave a message in the comments. But I've done enough talking for tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Till next time.